So, in our age of pandemic in 2020, with the coronavirus, everyone has coronophobia. I am spending more time alone and getting over some of my fears of some of the things I've been through. And this book here is called There's a Word for It, A Grandiloquent Guide to Life. And there's a whole chapter in here on nothing but frightful words. And it's this author put together a whole bunch of words that will describe almost every fear out there. Coronophobia is not in this because it hadn't been discovered, and it's new. But there's a fear of new things in here. So if you have a fear of new things, like a virus that's new, then that would fit. There's a lot of sexual references in here because there's people have a lot of fear of anything to do with alcoholic beggars, bad words, getting old, being corrected, rectophobia. A lot of people walk around with sticks up their butts. Being misunderstood, ambiguophobia. There's a lot of people I know that are afraid of black people. They're afraid of anybody, might be afraid of Celts, Bolsheviks, afraid of that. They might be afraid of cemeteries, burglars, see under men, afraid of men. Some men I'm afraid of, they're not nice. There's some men out there that are not nice. They're dangerous. Women too, there's some dangerous women. Condom breaking or failing during sexual intercourse, especially if you don't want to get pregnant. Fear of constipation. Fear of dancing. That's a big fear for people. Disease. Nausophobia. Fear of deserts or death. Necrophobia, which, yeah, who isn't? If you're not, you're a weirdo. Nobody wants to be surrounded by that. That's not fun. Dizziness, dogs, dolls, children, drinking, Phobophobia. Drugs, yes, I am afraid of certain drugs. There's no way I'd want to have them in my body. Editors. Oh my gosh, I know some crazy editors. Redactophobia. There's some editors I don't want to talk to. One of them thinks using a period at the end of a sentence is too harsh. She's weird. And then there's another one that's just really difficult. Difficult for me. A difficult woman for me to deal with. A fear of imperfection. Sea of sin. There's a fear of everything. Pantophobia. Polyphobia. I was married to a man who had a fear of almost everything. Highly socially, yeah, afraid of vermin and going to the bathroom in public and not looking perfect, and his hair had to be perfect, and I had to be perfect, and God, everything had to be perfect. In how he thought things should be perfect. Fear of food. Yep, couldn't have certain foods. Sidiophobia. Fear of foreigners. Xenophobia. Of forgetting. Obliviophobia. Yep. Fear of freedom. Eleutherophobia. Frogs and toads. Here's a fear of God or the wrath of God. Theophobia. Greeks. My ex told the judge he was afraid of me, so maybe he's afraid of Greeks. Grecophobia. Hellenophobia. My mother's name was Elaine Helen. I don't know, my dad wasn't afraid of her. I don't think so. She had quite a temper on her. Could. Fear of heaven. Iraqis. Insanity. Fear of going insane. Maniaphobia. Lysophobia. Dementophobia. I used to have that fear of being surrounded by insane people because I have been surrounded by insane people for most of my life. Androphobia, fear of bad or evil men. Yes, I've had to deal with some of those people. Fear of meningitis. Meningitophobia. Well, yeah, because I can kill you. Fear of learning or of knowledge. Fear of money or not having enough. God, everybody wants money. Fear of mothers-in-law. Pentherophobia. If you knew one of my mothers-in-laws, you would be afraid too. Fear of magic. Fear of... God, all these fears. Nudity. Rodents. Serophobia. Ridicule. I've been ridiculed. I've been ridiculed by a judge and a lawyer. Catagelophobia. The only thing that the judge approved of was my wagging dicks on YouTube. Fear of rape. Yes. Everyone should have that kind of a fear. Especially when you get raped and then you get raped again and then you get your money taken away and you give everything away and then you just... The shock. Fear of shock. I've been shocked. Homophobia. Fear of being alone. I'm trying to get used to it. Fear of using the telephone. Well, this is a good one because I think I have some people in my family that have this fear. Telephonophobia. Telephonophobia. This telephonophobe once groaned whenever someone telephoned. I'd panic, then have an attack, and yank the wire from the jack. A dial tone would make me queasy. I'm telling you, life wasn't easy. Today, I do not fear a ring, nor do I climb the walls. But you won't catch me blathering. My machine takes all my calls. Huh. Hubie toll-free. That's funny. Toll-free. Well, who wrote a poem about a telephone toll-free? That's fun. Names are fun. Anyways, so I hope everyone's having fun dealing with their fears, of whatever their fears are. If you're afraid of women, I'm sorry. Gynophobia. Feminophobia. Fear of beautiful women. Venustophobia. Of lewd or prostitutes. Cypridophobia. Of young girls or virgins. Parthenophobia. Well, I've been a lewd woman before. I've dressed like a prostitute. I'm not a prostitute, but I've dressed like one for Halloween. And I've put on all sorts of weird costumes for theater. And some people run like hell when they see me coming. That's fun. I don't know if I'd rather be respected or feared. Youth or young people, fear of young people. Phobophobia, from the Greek Hebe, goddess of youth. Phobophobia. I've ran into some young people that aren't nice. One of them offered to shove my coffee mug, this one right here, up my ass. That wasn't very nice. I told him that wouldn't be a good idea. He didn't know who I was. I told him I'm known around town as the Antichrist. I lived with Satan for 8 months. That wouldn't be a good idea. And then the girl that was with him goes, "Oh, you probably think you're cool, don't you?" And I said, "No, I'm not cool. I'm old. You're cool. But if you live as long as I have, you'll be as old as I am someday." And then I said, "You're beautiful." And she goes, "No, I'm not." I said, "Yes, you are." I said, "Don't let anyone tell you you aren't." And I walked away.